Hello, hello, hello. What is going on? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are, whatever time it is around the world. You know that the Rumboyz Fantasy Sports Network has got you covered. Today we have, excuse me, we have a couple moves that we need to discuss in terms of the NFL. Uh, so we were supposed to actually discuss a few of these moves and a few of these rumors and possibilities and things like that yesterday. Um, you know, but we're gonna get into it today here on the 16th. So some of the stories that you hear, you'll be like, man, I already knew that. But nonetheless, it's all good. Let's go ahead and start off first with uh, 49ers get their kicker. Okay, they end up securing kicker Robbie Gold. They reached an agreement yesterday morning on a long-term deal. They were able to beat the deadline yesterday for franchise players to be able to sign a deal. So he ends up, getting his money. Uh, let's take a look. Robbie reached an agreement on a 2-year, 10.5 million fully guaranteed deal that, including an option clause, can turn into a 4-year, $19 million deal that includes 15 million guaranteed. All right, so good for Robbie Gold. Going out there and getting that cash. Uh, Now we do have some sentiments here from Robbie. Robbie says he's happy to put negotiations with the 49ers behind him after a weird offseason, and that although Chicago will always be home for him, he's excited to return to San Francisco to play football for at least the next 2 seasons. Uh, so he's happy. He's happy with this deal. He went on Schefter's podcast and discussed his new contract with the 49ers. Who, like I said, they made it before that 4 p.m. deadline. 10.5 mil, fully guaranteed, including an option clause that could turn into a 4-year deal. 19 million deal with 15 million guaranteed. I mean, he's got to be happy. It was a fairly weird offseason for him. I personally expected that there was a possibility or maybe even an opportunity that he was going to go back to Chicago, being that the family still resides in Chicago. It turns out that that's not going to be the case. He did state that the free agency process, it's a roller coaster of emotions. So for those of you that were wanting to know, kind of the insider of how he's feeling, he wanted to be close to his family, but all in all, he ended up sticking with that contract with the 49ers. So good for Robbie Gold. Start today's show off with with some news for the kicker. So also in other news, former Titans linebacker Derek Moore had stated that he is going to be retiring as of yesterday. Had a pretty illustrious career. Damn good career. Happy for Derek that he's going to be able to sit back and enjoy life with his family without the constant pain and agony of being rocked by defenders. Now, we do have some statements from Derek via his Instagram. Just give me 1 second so I can have that for you guys. So Derek Morgan states that it's been real. I've been playing the game since I was 9 years old. Over the years, it's brought a lot of struggle, triumph, adversity, and joy to my life. It's helped shape me into the man I am today. But for the longest, the game was who I was. It was my identity. I didn't know who Derek Morgan was outside of this game. I tried to shake this reality in a business that tells you your value is your performance. However, the one thing that helped me evolve as a man over the years was knowing that I couldn't play this game forever. That there was life after football. I realized early on the importance of this platform and my goal has been to use it for good. I had a strong inclination going into this year that this would be my last. I've always said two things about my career. One, I love to play as long as it made sense. And two, I wanted to leave the game on my own terms. And over the 9 years, five head coaches, nine surgeries, and seeing a locker room turn over multiple times, I am thankful to say I am accomplished both of these goals. It's been a pure blessing to live out the childhood dream, and I am thankful to the Titans organization for giving me my shot, my fans, friends, and family over the years who've been a huge support, and most importantly, God for bringing me this far. I've always hated the word retire. It insinuates sitting on the beach and playing golf every day. In parentheses, he states both good things, but but I like the word transition better. I'm looking forward to this next phase of life and doing purposeful work through Kingdom Group and hoping to create more opportunities for those who are underdeserved and overlooked. Once again, thank you for your support and please stay tuned. I'm just getting started. So, Derek Morgan stepping away from the game of football. Um, like I said, after a very illustrious 9 year career, uh, he's going to be a guy that the Titans organization, I'm sure, is going to miss, being that he was a unique guy in the sense that he could play both ways for you, on the line or at linebacker. He could stick his hand in the dirt or be back there. So I'm sure that the Titans are happy for him, but now they got to go ahead and get that replacement lined up. A lot of defensive guys retire as Titans. I noticed. Let me just set that there. Hopefully it doesn't irk me or annoy me. Another player did retire yesterday, and this one I actually find fairly funny and comical, especially after I have recently spoken on the turmoil, I guess you will, of the Bengals offensive line. They're already dealing with injuries, and now they're going to deal with the retirement. Bowling announced his retirement from the NFL. Bowling joined the Bengals in 2011 as a fourth round draft selection, 101st overall out of the University of Georgia. So he's going to be hanging up his helmet and his cleats as well, cleaning out his locker, and enjoying retirement as well. This definitely hurts the Cincinnati Bengals. I cannot believe that they're going to continue to decimate. Dumpster fire could probably be associated with this. It does suck. It does stink for the Bengals and their organization, but for the player himself, Clint, congratulations on your retirement. For the organization, I wish you guys the best. For your quarterback, I wish Andy Dalton the best. Who knows? It may be Ryan Finley a portion of the way through the season. Who knows? Who knows? In other news, we are actually going to this time jump over to the Atlanta Falcons. They had to make sure that yesterday they secured a deal before yesterday's deadline, with defensive tackle Grady Jarrett. Okay, now it appears that did end up happening. Falcons and defensive tackle Grady Jarrett reached an agreement on a 4-year, $68 million deal. So they got their defensive tackle, Atlanta. I hope that you guys are happy. Garrett is only 26, so he's going to get another chance at another contract at the age of 30. His $17 million average is only behind Fletcher Cox and Aaron Donald for interior D linemen in the NFL. Jarrett hasn't been voted to a Pro Bowl, nor had more than 6 sacks in a season. But at least he's able to get the money now. I don't know if this is one that I think that this was a reach for Atlanta, but I know that they needed to solve some things on their defense. So Atlanta's going to go ahead and be able to lock him up. I wonder what they're going to do with linebacker Deion Jones. Uh, Falcons and Jones agent Drew Rosenhaus, they had scheduled face-to-face negotiations. They're trying to get a deal in works. I did not see that a deal got done yesterday. I do just want to state that. Um, let's see here, and I don't see that there was a deal done for Jones yesterday. So the Falcons still may have some problems there in terms of locking guys up on defense. Uh, so congratulations. Oh yeah, Julio. Yeah, Julio. Did no? I think Julio's been fine. I think Julio's fine. I think he has a little bit of time left. Um, let's see here. New York Giants. New York Giants. In New York Giants news, safety Cameron Moore was arrested over the weekend in Linden, New Jersey, for an alleged domestic violence related incident. Moore has been suspended by the team pending further investigation. According to the report, he had like grabbed her by the neck and had pushed her down. Apparently, he was very violent and very aggressive in this manner. So it's not looking good for him. I'm gonna be honest. I doubt that this guy was even gonna probably make the team, even though the Giants are gonna need some help at the safety position. I doubt that this was a guy that you were gonna be wanting. So that's really all that I have to say in regards to that situation. There's enough that takes place in the NFL in regards to these situations. I mean, it's only grown more and more and more and more and gotten more and more and more prevalent. And I just wish, honestly, it would stop. Um, do something, NFL, please. I feel like it's significantly happening more in the sport of football than it does in other sports. So I just want to make sure that I put that out there. Um, that something does need to be done. Something does need to be done. Excuse me, pardon me. Um, in Houston Texans news, um, in Texans news, the it looks like they're not gonna reach a deal. So first off, they don't have a GM still. So there's that issue first off. Second off, which I'm sure probably played into this. Um, Give me 1 second. One second. Second off, I feel like this is a guy that you need, and if you were gonna move on from him, then you should have given him the opportunity, to go to a different team. Or you need to be exercising, an option to trade him. Texas and franchise defensive end slash linebacker Jadavion Clowney officially did not reach a long-term deal before yesterday's 4 p.m. deadline. He's now expected to miss a good portion of training camp. Um, they may not see him till like late August or early September. The NFL Players Association, shout out to the PA, Dilly Dilly, is anticipated to file a grievance against the Texans over the position assigned to franchise the defensive end slash linebacker. Uh, the Texans labeled Clowney, as that split position, but they placed a linebacker tag, which carries 1.698 million lower salary with it than a defensive end tag would. So it's just getting ugly and uglier and uglier, in terms of the Clowney situation. Part of the reason why the NFL Players Association is expected to file a grievance on the behalf of Clowney. A franchise defensive end carries about 17.128 million tag. A franchise linebacker carries a 15.43 million tag. So depending on what he's realistically going to be playing, what position he's really going to be playing between the two, I mean, that's 1.7 million less than what you could make it. I mean, I don't know about you guys out there um, in sportscaster land and in YouTube land can afford to lose out on an extra 1.7 mil, but I know damn well that I can't. Um, Hence my frustration with my situation yesterday that YouTube knows about. um, this one, so this next story here is interesting. Well, really quick, first back to the clowning situation. NFL, stop hoeing players. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop it. Like it's gotta end. It's gotta end. It's gotta be done. It, I get that organization's having issues and not having a GM. Um, Clowney, is probably best that you go to a different team in that situation. If they're gonna play around with your money like that, I don't like my money played around with. So you know, you play with my money, you play with my emotions. Clowney, it sounds like there's somebody playing with your emotions. Moving on though. This one comes from Dan Graziano, NFL insider Dan Graziano. Suspended former Steelers and Raiders wide receiver Martavius Bryant has formally applied to the NFL for reinstatement. He's been working with the NFL and the NFL Players Association on steps that he needs to take to address his mental health issues, and as much so as he can with resources such as therapists and even ADHD treatments. Um, Now on that front with that, gotta be careful with ADD, ADHD medications. That stuff is absolutely positively no joke and has to be used and administered properly. Which I mean, I'm sure without a shadow of a doubt, it would be. Um, but if there is, history of, substance abuse or anything like that, I'm probably gonna think twice before giving someone Adderall or Ritalin or something like that. So, just wanted to throw that out there that I don't necessarily think that always. Sometimes it's needed, but it's not always a good thing to just throw medication at a situation. But I do hope that especially the therapy and the sit down sessions and the talks that Martavius has been going through really helps Martavius Bryant get better. I think that's going to help him out a whole hell of a lot more than just throwing pills at a situation. So I just wanted to make sure that I put that out there and I advocated for that because it's not always a good thing or a good approach. Happy 51st birthday to Barry Sanders. Um, absolutely got to shout out the one time the great once Detroit Lions running back. Lions, I'm sorry, I don't feel like you guys haven't had a good running back in a hot minute. Um, let's see here. ESPN Countdown is making is making some moves around. Louis Riddick is going to be on the Monday Night Countdown main set. Cool, we get to hear him talk about how great Carson Wentz is all the damn time. That's probably going to get annoying really fast for me this season. I'm going to be honest and just candid with everyone. Teddy Bruschi, who sounds like is doing healthy. Per this report, I don't think that he would sign on for taking this position if his health wasn't progressing and up to par. He's going to be on Sunday NFL Countdown, and Shefty will now travel to Monday Night Football. For we'll now travel to Monday Night Football for Monday Countdown. So that's gonna be a thing as well, and I believe Hasselback is gonna be calling college games on Saturdays now. So that's gonna be interesting to see nonetheless. Yeah, yep. Hasselback and Adam Amin are going to be calling college football together, as well as Molly McGrath. So some jobs open up, some spots moving around in the broadcasting side of this thing. Um, Now, I wanted to get into our next piece here. And this one kind of fantasy football related. Once again, Rumboyz Fantasy Sports Network. Make sure you guys go on rumboyz.com and check us out. We are the official fantasy football sports talk show of the Talkcast Network, Talkcast. Make sure you guys check them out on Twitter. You see their banner up there at the top of your screen there in the top right corner. Um, Ezekiel Elliott for the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, probably the clowning no extension yet, Ty Boogie. Um, Ezekiel Elliott holding out for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, first thing that I want to state is you already have a contract situation with your quarterback, who's probably not even, a full on, cool 30 million, type of guy. So there's that to worry about, and there's that frustration and that nagging pain of Dak Prescott. But then we also now got to worry about Ezekiel Elliott, who you probably should maybe be apprehensive about paying him anyways in the first place, due to the fact that there's off the field issues, and then of course the victim of the whole Electric Daisy Carnival incident. That guy's now got his dad involved, and they're now pressing charges. Yeah, he pulled the whole "I'm gonna get my dad." Um, you know, who I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at that. But with that being stated, and this comes right after he meets with the league. Right after Zeke meets with the league, this Ewok looking ass. Gosh, I'm gonna just hold it right there. Goes meets with the league. Not gonna be any punishment. Not gonna be a suspension. And he's like, all right, now I'm gonna hold out. Bro, can you understand Dallas's standpoint of maybe being apprehensive about paying you? Can you understand, or can you realistically blame them? Because I sure as hell don't. And I'm not a Dallas Cowboys fan. But I understand, kind of where the owners are coming from with this one. Tree, it was good. I understand where the owners are coming from with this one. I don't like that Zeke is holding out. I don't feel like he has necessarily as much of a leg to stand on, as Le'Veon Bell did in his scenario. Or, there was turmoil all throughout that situation. So I'm actually not even going to mention another former Steeler. But I feel like in this scenario, you pay your quarterback first. I feel like that is just principle. I feel like that is something that you do as an organization off of principle right away. There's no need for the NFL. You can't ban holdouts. You can't ban holdouts. So there's no use. Like what's the use? Like if someone wants their money, they're gonna make their case for their money, and they as they should, you know. If especially these guys, going out there, and you're one of the premier guys in the league. So I'm not upset about the holdout, because I get the principle behind holding out. What I'm upset about is the premise of which you're wanting to hold out, and you not understanding as a player, Ezekiel Elliott, that you have off the field issues, and we got to make sure that this doesn't happen in the future. Before we just give you all this money. NFL players, they're wanting more guaranteed money. They're wanting, to get contracts like, these guys in the NBA. But they're out here getting into fights, pushing security guards. Guys are out here beating on the girlfriends, and so on and so forth. And it's just really not those when actions like that, it makes owners have an argument and have a leg to stand on to where they can be apprehensive and feel like that they don't want to pay you and they don't have to pay you. So I mean that's how I feel about it. Um, if you're if if you're a player and you're trying to get that money, make sure that you don't have no shit with you, and understand that availability is your best ability, especially when you're talking about trying to get paid. Okay, so definitely wanted to touch on that one. Um, just if you're looking for a payday, don't come with no bullshit. Don't come with no BS. Um, there actually is one more Dallas Cowboys story that I wanted to get into as well. I am trying to make sure that I can find this headline, uh, before getting into it. Also, with a lot of these stories in terms of pay, with CBA talks, heating up, you have to. Well, with CBA talks hitting up and that not being worked out, you gotta want the most of your money and most of your payday that you can, in case of another potential holdout. So I just want to make sure that I put that out there as well. Okay, um, just want to make sure I threw that out there. But in terms of Zeke, I mean, he's being extorted right now by that security guard, and it's just it's just not good. Also, charges were filed in that the shooting of the Giants quarterback Corey Ballentine. They were able to they found an 18-year-old man who is going to face 7 felony counts, including murder in the first degree. So, just want to make sure that I put that out there as well too. Um, let's see here. There is and Richie Incognito. He's suspended too. He's suspended. Chris Herndon suspended after a DUI. So I mean, those are two guys that I'm sure not surprised. Malik McDowell, he's gonna be suspended for the first 2 weeks of the 2019 season. So that's what I'm saying. You guys out here trying to get this payday, but you got shit with you. You know, uh, I'm trying to remember who this Dallas Cowboys player that is seeking the reinstatement, because he. Trying to remember this dude's name. I think is it Brandon Irving? Let me see something. Hang on. Let's see here. Yeah. Yup. So let's see here. So, suspended defensive end Randy Gregory to apply for reinstatement this week. Dallas Cowboys edge rusher Randy Gregory, dude that went on Instagram and straight up was like smoking this joint. And it was a fatty too. So he's reportedly applied for reinstatement this week after being suspended indefinitely in February for violation of the NFL substance abuse policy, well, for obvious reasons. Gregory, 26, registered 25 tackles, 6 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles in 14 games for the Cowboys last season. That earned him a grade of 6.7 from Pro Football Focus, 75th amongst edge rushers. So I found that interesting. I found that interesting. Already did the Moore situation earlier, treat. I find this interesting because how you gonna be like plants over pills, da 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 da. I'm suggesting that you went to GMC and you got that drink, that drink that they give you. I can't remember the name of this shit, but it's like this drink, and you drink it, and like it just flushes you out in like a couple of days. Versus, and I'm sure he probably like just worked out a shit ton, got his system clean, so now he's able to suddenly pass a piss test, and now you can play football again. Bro, if that was what you were gonna do, why didn't you just smoke and not tell anyone, and then just clean? Guys do it all the time. Guys do it all the time. Now, I'm not saying that it's right, but I am saying, and I'm also saying that I do agree with, your whole hashtag plants over pills and so on and so forth. I'm with that. But, bro, if you're gonna go on social media, you're gonna go that far, and you're trying to make this huge political statement, I'm expecting that you were about to reinvest your money and open up a dispensary and, create your own strain. I was like, yo, like, he's obviously got something outside of football that he's gonna do. And no, the whole time you just probably sat back at home, which you were gonna do anyways without you having to go on Instagram and posting this shit. You were just sitting at home. You were probably still smoking this whole time since February. And now all of a sudden, you went back in the NFL. You seeing guys getting paid. You know that you got to get an opportunity to be able to chase down a Super Bowl ring. So that's what you got to do. I'm like, come on, man. Like, what in the world? Like, bro, like, no. So that's just my take on that situation. I wanted to make sure that I put that out there for you guys. But yeah. So that's all the NFL news of today. Greatly appreciate you guys, tuning in and hanging out with me. Definitely gonna have some more stories from you guys. I know I got a lot in the worlds of boxing and UFC and MMA that I have to discuss for you and talk to you guys about. But other than that, thank you guys for tuning in. Cheers to me, cheers to you, and all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? Thank you guys for tuning in today. Make sure you register for Rumboyz.com. The Rumboyz Fantasy League will be coming soon. Dilly dilly. We out of here.